Hi everyone, welcome to the RSS. This is the 18th episode. I almost forgot. 18th episode with myself, Rashid Saleh, and of course Jason Sim, aka the Kuchingite. And yeah, we really don't know what we're going to be talking about, but we'll work it out. We actually want to talk about cancel culture. We want to talk about the, got no job, but what we're going to do about it, and then we'll probably segue into rugby again. So somewhere along the way, we want to talk about it. And also, so I've been told by your friends that I've been quite diplomatic in terms of my
answers.
Stuff I've been answers and stuff. I even had one comment on TikTok. It's like, kenapa you duduk kepit macam ni? I actually like sitting like this.
Sejuk lah.
Yeah, sejuk lah. That's why I said, because I was wearing shorts last time. So I said sejuk lah. So that's my answer. Yeah. It's not because I like to, I don't know what the problem is, but
no, it's just a thought that because like we just, if you're listening to this now, we just went through
like 3 hours of off-camera conversation, which was
but we just
probably
had
a lot more interesting.
We just had a bonus.
We might do that, the off-camera conversation one day. And not be diplomatic about it. I'm not sure whether I've been diplomatic about it. There have been some stuff I've said that's been probably irked. And we've talked enough about TVS, which I can't be bothered to be talking about anymore because I really don't have the time anymore. And this is not being diplomatic. I don't have the time to talk about TVS anymore because I really let them do what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, I want to be happy. I want to live my life. This is exactly what I'm telling you off camera. I don't have time to get into that conversation. Good luck.
See, that's probably the most candor we've had from you.
Well, like you said, you want me to be candor. Let's do it on the 18th episode because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not getting stuff off my chest. I think it's just because before this, it was a matter of like just wanting to get people to understand that there are ways to get things done without getting people upset. But there's also a time when you just got to open yourself up and go, you know what, fuck it. Oh my god, I just swore. But because you got to get things done. If they don't like it, then it's their problem. The problem that we have here in Sarawak is because we pander too much to people's, especially like politicians and stuff. There's this, I call it the bodek attitude, the bodek culture, and that was always prevalent in West Malaysia, and we've got smart politicians. Some of them are really, really smart. They don't need that kind of crap. I mean, I'll tell you one politician I really respect is Datuk Dr. Hazlan. Is it Datuk now? Is it the energy minister? He's a very smart man. Love him. He's very straight off the cuff. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. That's what I love about him. And he's very straight. He's got this deep voice. Very tall man. He's retro 70s glasses, but I respect him absolutely to the max.
I mean, what sparked this entire conversation that we had off camera was
you lah. You are the one that sparked it because why can't you be a bit more? Because my friends were telling me, hey, no, but maybe your friends were the ones who said it because
you sound like a politician, man.
No. It's not being a politician. It's just like I think it's because I'm. It's not being careful. It's just like I don't want to.
You don't want to offend.
I don't want to offend people because, it's not about being bread and butter. I'm just like, let's be honest. I don't want people to feel stupid. I said it. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, it was like I mean, I'm wrestling with
This
that
is going
idea
to get
myself.
viralized.
Yeah,
isn't it?
because I'm.
This is going to be one of the thing that the you know.
Okay, so what sparked this whole conversation, right? Was okay, obviously in Borneo Sonic, right? We just went through. We just had the Borneo Sonic festival, right? And then it was clear that none of the the West Malaysian or the Puspal rules like kind of applied here. I mean, in terms of like the way you dress.
Oh yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean that. Speaking of viral, that's what
Bouncing melons.
yeah, I mean,
No. I mean,
like the whole thing, you know.
I love the yellow. But as Saraukans, do you know that never occurred to me that we. And it's so funny because we don't think anything sexual about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I never looked at it that way. I was like, oh, that's a nice dress. Oh, cool. And I was looking at the crowd. She looked like she was having fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know Jessie.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's talking about Jessie. I was like, I still haven't Googled her.
Yeah.
But she looked like this performer was having fun. We got Borneo Sonic. As you know, I went there last year. I enjoyed myself last year.
Yeah.
It was one of the best concerts that I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm so upset that I didn't get to watch it because.
yeah. So
No,
if there was any doubt that our rules here are a lot different, I think that just like confirmed everything. Like
Wow, more than.
like yeah, like in terms of like what you can wear, what you can say, like what you can do. I mean, yeah. So that was pretty clear from the start. So I don't know to what extent. I wouldn't call it a watershed moment, but to what extent can we push how far we can go in terms of our boundaries? I mean,
I think we've already done that, haven't we?
do you think
I mean,
so?
It's not about pushing, but I mean, we're not going to have someone going to go half naked on the on stage. That's never going to happen. But I think what Jessie has done is I don't think she's pushed boundaries. She's just gone to say like, hey, this is how I dress. Are you guys accepting of that? People were. We had the audiences who loved her performance, and it was a performance. It wasn't about she dressed half naked, blah blah blah, and somebody's going to get upset with me because I said this.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's not important that she's. For me, is you are being. Please focus on the performance. Please look at what she's doing and how she's.
I mean, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything,
we're looking at the audiences now.
If anything, this is like normal to us,
It
or
is
probably
normal.
just nothing that's even newsworthy,
Yeah.
But for like maybe like a national or Malaysia standard, right? I mean, the fact that it's even a topic and all that. So yeah, just
No, it's silly because, well, again, I probably have to stress the fact that I compete myself again.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I grew up in abroad, so it was always just a normal thing. You stop thinking about it as a sexual thing,
yeah,
and you just see it as like creative dressing. And the moment you understand that and you see that just as that becomes the norm, then you stop thinking, the problem is with this.
Yeah.
And I talked about this last time. We had this story or the analogy that one day you're going to have kids.
Yeah.
Because we say you can't have this, you can't watch this, you can't do this. We gave an example of a pig.
Yeah.
One day we ban the pig so much that it becomes, it doesn't exist in people's eyes. And when an actual pig comes along and there'll be a Muslim kid goes, oh, this is so nice, starts touching it. No one understands it. No one has been educated on it. That no one realizes that it's wrong, or right or wrong, because we've
just hidden it from view. Yeah.
You've hidden it from view. But the more you expose it, people understand. The more it's easier for. It's like that guy who went to climb in Everest,
Yeah.
and had the guide dogs as his friends, and he was touching it. He was, the Malay kid. And I thought, my God, people were making a big fuss out of it, whereas people in Saudi have dogs and all that.
Yeah.
It's, and honestly, dogs. I don't know why people are making a big issue out of it.
Oh.
Because
I mean, there's a separate topic, but I feel
no, it's the same thing.
Well, I mean, like it's a dogs thing. Like, I mean, I could speak a lot about that. I mean, I feel that if I were to complain, if there was anything I would complain about Malaysia, that dogs thing would be like maybe top 3 complaints. But yeah, I mean, instead of going there, right?
But it is part of it, though. But you may see it separately. But as someone who in the Muslim Islam community, that's all big part of it. Oh yeah, you can be acceptable of people like doing adultery and all that. They gossip about all this.
Yeah.
But yet things like this becomes bigger than what it is. Well, come on, man, adultery. Come on, it's bigger than all that.
So what I will ask
people talking about.
Yeah.
After the divorces and all this thing, that's bad. That's worse than, gossiping about in public.
I mean, back to that censorship thing.
Wow.
I mean, I mean, this. I'm always conscious that, like, you say you grew up in UK, so you found it normal. I've had overseas experience, and then whether it's the same like with local like sensitivities, right? So I'm always conscious that, we might see things a bit different, but I mean, my general read was like whatever happened in Borneo Sonic was like nothing, to maybe most Sri Lankans,
Just
right?
another day in the office.
So the question is like, okay, when I talk about pushing boundaries, maybe I meant like, so where is the line for Sri Lankans? I mean, we've established it's a bit further than the national, maybe what Semenjung's allowed to, but where do you think that line is?
I think you're looking at different. We don't have a line. We've always been.
You don't think so? You think it's like full on? Yeah.
No,
like Western values kind of
it's
line,
not. I don't think it's about having Western values or anything like that.
Like Western standard kind of censorship.
We come from a culture where our native people used to go around naked, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So it's not about being. Oh my God, I'm not being upset about this, but just because I'm being loud, by the way. People think I'm upset. The fact that we've our culture has, like the Aborigines, they walked around. We had the pictures. We still got all pictures.
Yeah, but in terms of like current regulation.
No. But you have to understand this. The fact that we've gone through this culture, for us, going down over the years, it doesn't mean anything to us, whether it's regulation or not. You have to look at the culture.
No. I mean, I understand that we have a very high tolerance for this. But it's not reflected in the like
to heck with what the other side thinks.
Our current regulation it's not really reflected on how far we can really push our events or how far a lot of us are willing to go. Do you feel like?
No, but because the fact that we censor ourselves, our own state government knows that, the people know, or else this wouldn't have been allowed. If we had a sense of, this is going to happen, and we sense ourselves, then there's something wrong already. The fact that we don't, it's just that we are saying the organizers who organize this, okay, this is the law, blah blah blah, but be sensible about it. It's very mature. We've got a mature government that says, and you've got to look at it from a censorship point of view. So we have a very mature regional government, Sarawak, who goes, yes, we know that the federal government is this and that, we've got pushbal, but this is where we're saying our autonomy is very important to us. We have a culture that accepts this, but it's not going to take advantage of the fact that, oh my God, she's half naked, I'm going to take advantage of it. We don't look at it that way. That's why we're so different, because we look at this regulation, we look at these laws and go, yes, they're there in place, but we're not going to take advantage of it because we don't look at it from a religious point of view, or we don't look at it from, oh my God, she's going to be, yes, they are told about, yes, this is how Malaysia is. And every performer is coming, they're not stupid. Jessie has probably gone and researched and go, all right, I understand this. She's not going to go, or maybe I'll wear this much instead of my usual.
Yeah.
That.
So which is why
So
I'm
she
saying
So she probably has sort of.
this is a norm that's been established already. But I mean, is there something? I mean, is there? Do we go past that? I mean, like, what do you think is our what's a norm for us? Are we kind of like we subjected ourselves to like the norm that we've had just being a part of Malaysia, whereas maybe we've been a lot more, and I don't just mean shows, I just mean like in terms of stand-up, I just mean of like movies, TV. I mean, you've talked about TVS like a lot, and then we've kind of agreed that a lot of our content is safe, I mean, but this is like the benchmark has been, we grew up with that benchmark, like what is the like cultural norm of being in Malaysia, where a lot of it's Malaya-centric. So I don't know. I mean, do you feel? Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's not gonna go past that line that we've set.
She's already gone past that line.
So, I mean, but where's the line now?
What you're telling me is like there was a lot of
Well, I'll say. I mean, that line is. A lot of people are saying that won't happen in West Malaysia. In KL, she'll probably have to like cover her legs.
She would have been banned.
Yeah, she would have a shirt.
She would not have had the show done.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
no. I think that would have been the case, because from what I heard, how she was on stage and but the thing is, we're just different. And,
so you talk about self-censorship a lot.
We should appreciate the fact that, that we are very lucky in that sense. Yeah, sorry.
You talk about self-censorship a lot. I mean, you said there's a total lack of less comedians than there was before right now. I mean, some people will say, oh, like there's probably a lot more than there was before. But I mean, how do you say it? You say everyone is...
Oh yeah, a lot of politicians are comedians now. So yeah. I've said that before. Yeah, because this culture of this cancel culture, it's worldwide. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It's really sad, the fact that we can't be funny anymore. Or at least our sense of what funny was, because everyone's so sensitive in terms of how things are said, how people are, I mean, forget about the comedians who are not funny, because they're not. But, it's really sad that, we've had cases in the past where comedians have said their stuff and just because one person disagreed, everyone has jumped on the bandwagon and said, he's not funny. And that's not fair to our comedians.
So, like, I mean, if you were to do like stand up today, do you feel it's a lot worse than it was before? Like 1990s with ISA, and now is it mob? Is it the mob mentality?
It is pretty much a mob mentality now. I mean, last time it was authorities.
Yeah.
Now authorities just like, it's okay, don't worry, netizens will go and do their job.
Is that worse than like going to jail for ISA for a joke on a politician?
Worse, because you're stifling creativity. You're stifling people's right to be able to voice themselves in different creative ways. That's what comedy, that's what satire, it's a reflection of our society. Yeah. And we should be laughing ourselves because of that. I mean, in 98, when we were going through the Asian financial crisis, Kopitiam was something, and I talk about it now, was something that helped people ease their minds, because we could laugh at ourselves in spite of the situation we're in. We talked about all these problems in Kopitiam. And people could laugh at that situation, you know, Singaporeans and all that. Everything was there. Now we can't. Why? Because I think I blame it. I wouldn't solely blame it. I blame it on stuff like 911, having the Arabization of our country. And I dare say it now because a lot of people talk about it. It's like we lose the Malayness of the Malays in our country are, if you look at history, are probably one of the most gentle, culturally nice people. But somehow over the last few years, there's been this, I don't know. I mean, it's inevitable when you start mixing different cultures into our society. Whereas in Sarawak, we've always had the diversity there, but within our own culture, because the differences in our cultures are so strong that when other cultures try to come in, it doesn't work because we reject it because, you know, even we talk about how funny how the Sarawakian Chinese don't like the Western, you know, Chinese, even though they're all DAP people, but it's different. It's very different because the Chinese here, whether they're Fuchaos or Tochus or Hakkas, whatever, is the family thing is so embedded in Sarawak that, you know, we look at ourselves as, and I mentioned this before, we always look at ourselves as family first rather than, you know, race or religion, because it is very much the strength of what Sarawak is. We accept all our things. That's why we set other people doing what they're doing out in a performance, because it's like, okay, that's fine. Entertain us. Thank you. You know, you brought in entertainment rather than, why is she Chinese? Why is she dressed like that? We don't look at it that way. Come on, man. Look at Sarawak. You see the kids around there, where, you know, girls and, you know, wearing stuff. We not even blink an eyelid because it's the norm. It's not even a sexual thing.
Yeah, so being so if you were to do stand up today, right? I mean, would you? Well, I mean, not if you were to do stand up there. I mean, ideally, would you think? Would you like to do jokes on like politicians, on royalty, or maybe on a commentary on race? Do you feel like these are things that shouldn't be so taboo here?
Well, royalty, race, that's the law right now. It's not even a thing that I can go.
Yeah, but do you feel like ideally, like we should be able to?
Ideally, I think we should. I think ideally we should be able to get a laughter. I tell you, I remember when I was part of Instant Cafe Theatre, when we were banned, we had politicians who used to laugh at it, the smart ones, when we were performing on corporate shows. Mm-hmm. They were there laughing harder than everyone else. Mm-hmm. And half the time we were talking about them. Mm-hmm. And what's happened then? Because politicians can't laugh at us because, you know, I'll give you another analogy. You know, about it's you're gonna hate me for this. Manchester United. You know, there was a story going on right now why Rashford isn't doing well. Because we've come to a stage where we stop criticizing our people. We stop criticizing players. We've uncut them. We've made them feel so good about themselves. Which is one thing I hate about the younger generation. Not the younger now, but I don't know whether it's Gen Z or whatever, because Gen Alpha is different. Gen Y, Gen Z, whatever they are, that they've been brought up to, you know, everything is fine. Everyone gets a medal for participating instead of competing. That you brought them up, so when you criticize them, that means you're wrong. They shouldn't be criticized, and I feel that's gone overboard already. Gone to the fact that what's happened to competition. We're not saying that, me being Gen X is Neanderthal and all that, but I always believe, that's why I love rugby. The fact that you can still compete, the competition, it makes for a better human being in the long run, because you know you're going to have to learn from the mistakes that you know, you get exposed for those mistakes. My father, you know, sink or swim. Don't say, oh, it's okay, fine. I do tell my children that. I say, it's okay, it's fine, but you can do better. Don't worry about it, you know. I don't say, oh, it's fine, you know, don't worry, those people weren't right, blah, blah. No, I said, no, it's okay. You've made a mistake, it's fine. You can do better. I know you can. Very different to going, oh, don't worry, you know, you came third, but you're still a winner. I don't think so. Sorry, you're not a winner. That's the difference right now, what's happening with this generation, or rather the adults now. They can't be criticized, because when you do, they freeze up, because they feel like, I shouldn't be, you know, oh, you're an old generation, you know, it's different now. It's not different. Work is still work, it's still the same thing. You still have to produce. You still have to, you know, the best people in our generation were the people who created stuff, the inventors, because they had to go outside their comfort zone to be able to do stuff like this and be criticized, not believed by people. Oh my God, the Wright brothers. Oh, you can't fly stuff. Oh, he's crazy. He's out of this world. But they did it. Imagine it's like, oh, the Wright brothers. Oh, it's okay. You did it. You failed, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. They'll never fucking try. You've got to be criticized. You've got to be doing something wrong. You've got to make your mistakes so that you can improve and be the best.
But would you criticize them in this environment? No, I don't mean Gen Z. In terms of like the politicians. No, I mean like the politicians, like royalty. I mean,
why do you think I'm not doing stuff for TVS? Because I've been quite upfront with those kind of things. It's not because, you know, people may hate me for being truthful in that sense, but I'm talking about experience. Because I'm not saying I'm great because all the stuff I've done is great. I'm good because I've made so many mistakes that I've learned from it. And we have to go through those mistakes. I'm sorry, I'm going to have, you know, if I do feel it's constructive criticism, and most of the time it is, I'm not doing it because I hate hate the person, or I hate that your character. Once in a while I will tell them. But a lot of times it's not being diplomatic, it's constructive criticism. Yeah. And please accept it. Because I've had to accept people criticizing me. You told me stuff before that, you know, I've been like this. And of course I was upset about it. Yeah. I've took stock of the things, all right, I need to change. If I'm going to be better, I've got to listen to what he's saying.
I mean, do you feel a lot of your criticism of, I mean, just the fact that so many jobs here are tied with the government? I mean, do we self-censor ourselves a lot, do you feel?
I think we have. I do feel that, you know, this body culture is creeping in so fast. God, Christ, Rikers was a lot smarter than that. You know, don't fall into the same trap as. We don't want to be like West Malaysia. I'll say it. That's why I love being home. You know, we have a lot of potential. I don't want us to be like that. I don't want us to have the big skyscrapers. I don't want us to be like, oh, yes, we want to be modern. Yes, we want to have the ART. Of course I want. Of course I want to have the airport. Yes, the Premier wants us to be able to afford a flight here and now. Yeah, we all want that. But we've got to do it properly. It's not just throw the money there and, you know, everyone like, you know, you can't do it. You've got to have proper planning.
Well,
I mean, look at, I don't know, Scandinavia, somewhere in Scandinavia, Norway, whatever.
well,
Yeah, they have their problems too, but they plan properly.
well.
I think the best, I would always say, however messed up the Japanese are, they're good at getting things done.
Just to sum up my question in a nutshell, like what I was getting at, are you happy with the level of censorship we have here? I mean, do you wish like we could push the boundaries a bit more? I mean, I was told by someone who was a bit of an artist, she was commenting how a lot of our art here is very safe, cliche, commercial, you know. I mean, where she feels like the role of the artist is to kind of like, you know, provoke, to push, like, you know, like ideas like that. So, I mean, do you feel we are at I mean, is this a safe space?
I think what you just said about this friend of yours, that's subjective. It's not just to provoke. I think that's a.
I mean,
that's different.
among other things. I mean, what she was saying. I mean,
But look, I magically
it's
found
safe.
some chocolate. Anyway, I'm going to eat it while I'm talking to you. Hey, how did that come here?
Do you feel?
I
mean, do you censor yourself when you're writing jokes, writing scripts, and do you feel we're at a place where, I mean, we've saw in the weekend, like we can push boundaries if we want, you know, like where are we as a society in Sarawak?
Yeah, but that was a foreign artist doing it.
Do you feel if it's a local one doing it, it'll be?
I don't know. Did you watch Dollar?
Yeah.
Were they good?
I mean, they've always been. This the second time they were here, and they've been here often. But I don't know. I don't think it's at that level of exposure. I mean, do you feel like the more higher profile the artist, the different? I mean, is there a
The more
difference?
they get scrutinized, yeah, correct.
Is it so?
I mean, that's the same with everything else. The higher profile you are a politician, the more you're going to be like, you know, looked at. It's like the UMNO guy is it Akmal, the one who's right now just like provoking everyone and everything inside.
Yeah, I mean, let's say just for locals then.
God, UMNO.
I mean, are you comfortable with the level of censorship, like where we're at? I mean, do you feel like from a creative space you would like it to, you know, the line to be pushed a bit more? I mean, this goes beyond just concerts and stuff, right? So
yeah, of course we want to be pushing more boundaries. We want to be breaking barriers. We want to be able to just not exactly say what we want, but at least be a bit more vocal about how things are done, because that's the only way to improve our society as a whole. Not saying that we want to be anarchists, like, you know, parts of Great Britain in the past. And there were a point where, you know, you had people who were just, you know, we still need some sense of governance in our society because things need to work.
yeah,
But at the same time, of course, you must have voices, and I said, it's always the voices of the industry, the entertainment industry, especially if you're an artist or you're in theatre. Those are the real voices, but the ones who really push and break boundaries. I mean, you know how the cases of people who've gone to jail because, you know, what's his name? The one who went to the Malay guy who always draws the thing. Oh my God, I can't remember what his name is. Not Fahmi.
not Fahmi Reza, right? No,
Fahmi
you went on
Reza.
before. You're talking
Yeah.
about the one before, or
Yeah, I mean, even to a certain point, you know, quite a few of them who've done stuff and who've been
Yeah.
picked up by the police because of the expression of the arts. Yes, it was satire and political. I mean, like I said, even me being part of Instant Cafe Theatre in the past, we got banned by DBKL. Our show was stopped.
Oh.
This when we were performing in 12SI at the time. There was still a place called 12SI,
Yeah.
a big nightclub in KL in Jalan Sultan Ismail, next to Concord, and DBKL came and just stopped the show.
So do you feel that
And so I've been through that, you know.
So you feel that's what knocked it out of you a little bit?
No, it hasn't knocked it. I've just been, you know, just me at the moment. So there's an exhibition in KL right now of the 90s in Instant Cafe Theatre. I just saw the WhatsApp sent by. I'm still part of ICT, and it sort of helped me reignite the fact that hang on, the reason I'm here in this world is to be able to express myself.
Yeah.
And be able to not say exactly what I want, but to be able to not provoke, but hey, we do have a voice too. And I feel that, yes, I'm only one voice, but I do think that our voices should matter in how we want, because we're not here to criticize. We want to improve stuff. And people see it as a criticism.
Yeah.
So, one man's meat, another man's poison.
Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, it's not at a line where
Is there a line? I don't know. I mean, everyone keeps drawing lines, and we keep going, there isn't.
Yeah, but when it's more apparent when you're like not allowed to say certain things, do certain things, right? So now, like, we don't really know where that edge is. Just like,
what's happening with Jesse and all that. We think we can go further.
So how free is Sarawak, Like, actually, we don't know. How free are we allowed to, but I'll just say that it's an opinion, like, okay, if I just look at TV, come on, if I even just look at this podcast, like what we were saying at the beginning, I mean, I appreciate a lot more candor from you, of course, I mean, I want to see...
It should be candor from both people, because it's not just for me.
Granted, I'm trying to be...
The normal people versus,
Yeah.
It's even more so that people like you should be able to voice yourselves, because you can't keep using people like us who are in the limelight to run or say things for you, because we're going to get in trouble. Yeah, no, but to be fair to people like us, we also need people like you to voice your frustrations and all that. Yes, not just through social media. Everyone always tells us, oh, these celebrities, they think they should say what they want. Hang on a minute. Are you not the voice of the people too? You are the actual voice of the people. We are actually doing stuff for you by highlighting this stuff. We get in trouble, and there you go. You can hide behind us and go, oh, and some people go, oh yeah, you shouldn't have said that thing. Actually, I'm your voice. How are you having a go at me when I'm saying stuff that you are afraid to say? There we go. I'm saying it out loud. Is it my fault? I'm getting in trouble. Oh, why don't you say the stuff? I am saying it. I'm saying it on your behalf. And I get in trouble for it. And they go, oh, yeah, you see? These celebrities like that. They always have their voice like that. It's unfair. But we don't say it. We're still voicing it out. And now you say, why are we being safe? Because I'm just being safe. Because I'm also a private person. But if I say these kind of things, come and join and be out there. The birthday rally. That was a great example why everyone came together, whether they were from entertainment, whether normal people. Auntie Bersih, Auntie Bersih who passed away? Her daughter was a great, she's still alive. Her daughter is my friend. She was a brilliant dancer. She still is. Her daughter's there, living in Australia now. Yeah. A performer. She was also part of it. Auntie Bersih was the epitome of a normal person whose daughter was also a performer in the entertainment business. You guys didn't know that.
Yeah.
We loved her.
Yeah.
At least she put herself out there. So
I was tear gassed at a birthday rally before.
Yeah. I was there. I came out. I didn't go to. I went to the front also, but I wasn't there to at the height of it. I'll be honest. I wasn't there at the height of it. Whenever I went there because I was also curious. I didn't wear yellow because I was wearing my rugby jersey, which was black and yellow at the time. But I was there. Went to Merdeka when the federal.
No, I mean, okay, yeah, I see.
But
I see your point. I mean, I see your point. I mean, like, I ask these questions because I know it's on our minds, and granted, like, maybe we look towards our elders,
elders and our idols. And go, and I hate the fact that everyone always turns around. Oh, you see these people? They always say these kind of things. So like, you know what? We're doing this because a lot of us.
Where do you feel most of the criticism comes from?
Our own people who are afraid to say it.
Not
from the politicians. It's our own people who are like, yeah, he doesn't know. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Is that why you stay out of it? Like mostly?
Yeah, because you know what? Go and do it. We've already done it. We got in trouble. What are you going to do about it? You always talk about, we should be doing this and that and the other, and yet you still don't go out and do it. Come on, man. You going to use us again? Oh, the celebrities, oh, this and that. And that. They should be doing it because they're in public. Do you think we don't have families that will, we don't have a livelihood? We're the ones who lose our livelihood because you are too afraid to voice it. Give me a fucking break, man.
Well.
I'm probably speaking on most of the people in entertainment who has suffered through this.
Yeah.
And it's unfair. But what the heck?
So.
Slap in the mouth, because it's the honest truth. I've come to a point where it's like, oh, okay, all right. If you really don't understand where we are coming from, then you've not been there. And it's not criticism to anyone else. It's just, hey, you keep banging on. People keep banging on about this and banging on. It's like, have you been in our shoes? No, you haven't, because you don't understand it. We've been in your shoes because we're normal people too. We're human beings. If you cut me, do I not bleed? Shakespeare. You don't know Shakespeare? Fucking read it. I may have not said it perfectly right, but yeah, mate, look at the color.
Yeah, I mean, I'll censor my questions from now on then.
You don't have to. No.
I mean,
everyone suddenly terasa. I think you're representing everyone because, oh, god damn, that's the truth.
Yeah, I gotta protect Rashid here.
No, but I'm not upset about it. I think sometimes we the half the time I don't say it because it's like I am protecting everyone, not just me.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, it's just because he's being careful because he's like being a politician. I'm like, God's sakes, look at yourselves. I always tell, look in the mirror, bro.
Well.
I've gone beyond the mirror already. I've gotten in trouble. I have to do it because I'm not just I'm not being selfish. People think, oh, he's being selfish because he's thinking. I'm representing all of you. I read all the stuff from the Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand where they're coming from. Somebody's got to voice it.
So what's your advice to like younger people up
Start
and
a
coming?
party. No, I mean, I love about it. Start a party.
Yeah.
Stop. Muda started a party.
Yeah.
Who says, if you get banned, at least they know that they're afraid of you.
Yeah.
What's there to stop you?
Yeah.
You want to change that? Join PBB, join whatever. Yeah. You want to change it from within, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. There is nothing wrong if starting your own party or being in a party. If you really want change, don't fight the system. Be in it. Change it from within. That's the best advice. A lot of things happen because it's been changed from within.
Yeah. So?
On that note, there we go. I always want to talk about rugby.
Was there rugby? Okay.
There's so many things I want to talk about rugby. We'll do that on another episode because you know what? I'd rather have this episode short and sweet because I think I've said enough to just get myself. I mean, it's not about being in trouble either. I think it's you
said what you feel.
Do you know what you just said? Provoke people. I think you've just provoked me in being open about this whole thing, and I'm glad about it. I mean, maybe this has been one of the triggers.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get viralized because of this. Yay! Good for us.
Yeah.
Maybe we will get a proper guest apart from the two of us. Banging on about.
Or maybe we'll get a call from the authorities.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I've gotten.
Let's hope not.
Already.
Not in Sarawak. Let's hope not.
No. I mean, our government. I'm now gonna be that. We're a lot more understanding than that.
Yeah.
But it's okay, But if we do get to speak to the Premier, I'll be really happy.
Yeah.
Because at least I say, hey, met the Premier. Not that I have not met the Premier. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there'll be a show.
Yeah. So, if you have anything to say about this episode, especially this episode,
Yeah.
do write us, an email, or you can contact me through social media. If, we've got our Facebook, we've got our
Yeah.
Instagram, we've got my TikTok. I've had really funny comments on TikTok, including this kapit leg
Yeah.
thing.
And if
which
you agree that Rashid has been like overly diplomatic here, like
overly diplomatic.
like in general, give me
In
a
the
comment.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for watching us. We'll see you on the 19th episode of the RSS. Bye bye.
Right.